So I think I have decided what my next video is going to be about my bunnies. One thing that I did not post about yet, I feel like I got something in my eye, is their body language. After what I posted in the middle of the night with them thumping and being on high alert, and the body posture of Hera when she was on high alert, it reminded me of something that I witnessed, it was probably a couple of weeks ago or something. And I wish I would have caught it on video, but I was just enjoying watching them at the time. And then by the time I realized, hey, I should be recording this, they were done. So, but they were grooming each other, and it was the body language of asking the other to, basically, they're saying, love me, pay attention to me, groom me. And they don't always do it with just rabbits, other rabbits. They can do it with you as well. There are many times that Milo will lower his head and just stay still, and what he's doing is asking for me to pet him. So I will, and he'll stay there forever while I just pet him, and I'll run my hand over his head, down his ears, down his back, and I'll just keep going, and I'll kind of hold on, like I'll close my hand around his head almost, very gently, and he just stays there and lets me do it. But this particular day, he was in front. Milo and Hera were facing each other, and he would lower his head, and she proceeded to lick him on his head. When she finished, she lowered hers, and basically it was like, okay, I did it for you, it's my turn now. But it was funny because Milo had other plans, and he left his head down, and it's like I could almost hear the conversation. Hey, I'm not done yet. You need to continue. So it was like a standoff. They both had their heads down, waiting for the other to groom them. And I'm assuming that out of the two of them, Milo would be considered the dominant one. And Hera proceeded to raise her head again and groom him again. And he just stayed there and let her do that. And then she finished and lowered her head again. And it's like, okay, it's my turn. And he just hopped off. He's like, I'm done. I'm out. I got my grooming. You don't get a turn. And it was so funny to watch. But unlike other animals that can vocalize, they vocalize to communicate. Rabbits communicate in their body language. They rarely make noise, and unless it's thumping or something like that. Now, there are some audible noises like grunting and things of that nature, but I've never heard either of them grunt because they've never been in a situation where they felt grunting was necessary. Years ago when I had my first rabbit, I did hear him grunt. And it was because he felt threatened, and he was warning the threat to stay away. But I have never heard either of them, I was going to say thump. I've definitely heard them thump. I have never heard them grunt. I've never heard them scream. Rabbits can scream. It's a high-pitched shriek. You never want to hear that, because that means they are in a state of severe fear. And usually that can lead to heart attack. So you never want to hear that out of your bunny. But anyway, I almost feel like I'm getting right into the video right now, even though I'm saying this is the video I'm going to be doing. But the two instances last night with the thumping, and remembering back to a couple of weeks ago when they were doing this grooming thing and doing the body language to ask for that, led me to start thinking, you know what, I haven't done a body language video. So I think that will be the next thing on my list. I'm not quite sure when I'm going to get it done. My next day off is Monday. It could possibly be that day. My son has a soccer game that day, but it's going to be at like 6 o'clock in the evening. So I have earlier in the day that I can work on it. Obviously I can't donate plasma, so I don't need to take time out for that. But yeah, the refrigerator is not here yet. I have to leave in a few minutes to go to my doctor's appointment, so the chances of them arriving when I'm not here. But my son is here, and he's 16. He's old enough to let them in. So them's the breaks, I guess. I'll go to my appointment. I will find out what is going on with my finger. I don't feel like there's been any improvement. It's still super painful to bend. It's still swollen. It's still numb. There really isn't anything different from the last time they saw me. So, I don't know. But I'll probably save this clip to go with future clips, like what the doctor said about my finger, when the refrigerator arrived, things like that. I do have to work at 4. It is after 1 right now. My appointment is at 2. They said that they'd be delivering the refrigerator between 1 and 5. So I don't know when it's coming. I made sure that I cleaned out the refrigerator, took all my magnets off of it, because I've got pictures and all sorts of things stuck all over the fridge. So I took everything off of it. I took everything out of it that we hadn't taken out, that didn't necessarily need to be kept cool. So we just kept it in there to get it out of the way. But I got all of that out. So, and I moved the fridge away from the wall so that I could clean the floor. So all that should happen if they come when I'm not here is all my son has to do is let them in. They're going to come in and take the old refrigerator and then bring the new one in and hopefully hook it up for us. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm going to work on the body language video because I think it is super interesting to learn about their body language, that they do have a clear intention with the way they act in communicating, and they do it with us as well. They don't just do it with each other, they do it with us as well. So it's actually very important to learn their body language so that you know what their problem is, or, you know, if it's a negative body language, what the problem is. If it's a positive body language, knowing what makes your bunny happy. So, yeah. But anyway, I am going to end this here, and, well, at least this clip, and I will talk with you guys later. I'll let you know how the appointment went and all that fun stuff when the fridge comes, and yeah. So anyway, talk with you later. Hi guys. So it is Saturday morning. Yesterday the refrigerator people did not come until I had to go to work. They did not take our old refrigerator because they said that it was still our old one was still connected, which I guess it was. Their water hose for the water dispenser was, and the ice maker was still connected, but I had no idea how to disconnect it. So we still have the old refrigerator. They brought the old one in without the doors, and like dragged it through our bushes and then left it in here with like debris from our bushes in the fridge. And I was like, but we've got it connected now. It's cooling up, it's making ice. Our water dispenser isn't working. But when my husband pushed the water dispenser lever in last night, it shorted out or something. It went poof, and there was like smoke. So I don't know. I don't know. But, anyway, I went to my appointment and, same old with my finger. It's going to take time for the nerves to heal. Um, Nothing really new on that. But they did tell me that they were going to give me a tetanus shot because I'm outdated on that. She was surprised that they didn't do it on Saturday for my first appointment. She was like, we like to do it within 72 hours, but we'll do it now. So she goes, I'll send someone in to do your tetanus while I'm finishing up your paperwork and then, whatever. So I'm waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and it's after 3 at this point, and I have to work at 4. Finally someone comes in and goes, okay, let's get you checked out. No tetanus shot. And I would have brought that up and said, hey, I still didn't get my tetanus shot. But if I did that, I would have been late for work. I mean, I was barely on time as it was. Because I had to go home, I had to change, I hadn't even eaten. They clearly are not organized. But when I got home from my appointment, obviously the refrigerator was not here yet. When I was at my appointment, I did get a phone call from the delivery people telling me they were going to be about 30 minutes to an hour, which ended up being like an hour because 30 minutes would have put them at our house delivering when I was still there, which didn't happen. I went off to work. I told my son to call the store if there were any issues. He didn't call, but he did text me, which I didn't see till later, that they did deliver it, but they didn't take the old one because it wasn't disconnected, yada yada. So, I don't know. But otherwise, that's about it for that. Same old for my finger. It's just going to take some time. But, yeah. So we're at Saturday morning now, and I work again tonight. Yeah, not a lot going on. So I might work a little bit on the body language video that I was talking about. Otherwise, I'm gonna pretty much take it easy before I have to go to work. Work yesterday was very, very interesting. One of the new girls was working, and we had a couple of customers that came in together that were very, very rude. They were cussing her out, and just really, I mean, the whole place could hear. And I felt really bad for our other customers that were inside eating because there was a couple of ladies there, or 3 ladies there, and they had 2 little girls, twin little girls. And they are all witnessing this couple, like, cussing and swearing and insulting the new girl. And it was crazy because they weren't getting their food fast enough, in their opinion. It's a Friday night, people. It gets really busy, which means our cooks in the back are super busy. There's only 2 of them back there. We're not this big, huge... We're a mom and pop shop, I don't know, but it was quite interesting. But it wasn't as busy for a Friday as it normally was, which I am not. It was kind of nice because when it gets super busy, my anxiety goes up and I guess I get stressed. So, oh my gosh. Whew, I'm sorry. We were up really late trying to get the refrigerator connected and all that. So, yeah, not much else to say, Again, same old with my finger. Still numb, still swollen a bit. They said it's just going to take some time for the nerves to regenerate or whatever. Yeah. So I am gonna head upstairs to the fish room and feed everybody. Everybody's still doing well. Super happy about that. And a little bit of news. I don't even remember if I've mentioned it yet. Alluring Bettas, who has now changed his name to Sky High Aquatics, is sending me a breeding pair of bettas. I'm super excited about that for just the cost of shipping again, just like he did with the 4 girls. So it's a rose gold pair. So when I am ready to do some breeding for the first time, I'll have a nice pair. I'm so excited. So I think he said he was going to send them out on Wednesday. But yeah, so that's my news. But yeah, I'll stop rambling now and let you guys go. Have a great Saturday, guys.